Alright, now still algebraic expressions, but lesson 1 of finding products. So in exam you have a question saying finding products. Right, and in this lesson we'll be specifically focusing on the distributive law. Right, so breakdown of finding products that we're going to be working through. They're going to ask you to use distributive law. They have difference of squares. Now find products by inspections, meaning we're going to multiply a binomial, meaning 2 terms, by another binomial, 2 terms. Can also put the binomial in one term and square it, and that we're going to test to ensure that you remember there must be a middle term. Very important exam question for 4 marks, multiplying binomial by trinomial. We'll be looking at difference of cubes. Right, we multiply out and we end up with 2 perfect cubes as an answer. And it should say sum of cubes as well, and we're going to find products with fractions. Right, so without further ado, distributive. So the law is used to expand products. Right, and just to refresh, I have a value outside the bracket, no plus or minus between the variable and the bracket. So then that automatically means this must be distributed in and multiplied out. Right, so that becomes A times B. Positive times positive stay positive, A times C. Right, whenever we have 2 variables, instead of writing multiplication, we can just write them next to each other. It automatically means that AB. And there AC with the plus sign. So we look here at problem number 1. They've given me 4. I know it's multiplication because there's no plus or minus there. 4 times in brackets 3x plus 2y. So if I distribute in 4 times 3x, 4 times 2y. Remember, positive times positive stays positive. So 4 times 3x gives me 12x. 4 times 2y gives me 8y. This is very basic. You should know it from grade 8 and 9, but I'm just refreshing to make sure you understand. Alright, so if you look here at the first, they say, exam make use of distributive law to find the following products. Most of the time they just say simplify or find the products. So number 1, they've given me 2a and in brackets a minus 6. No sign separating 2a from a minus 6, so therefore multiplication. So this becomes 2a times a, positive times negative, which stays negative, and then 2a times 6. So 2a times a times a becomes a squared, 2. Exponents add 1 plus 1. There, negative stays negative. 2 times 6 gives me 12, and I have 12a. Problem number 2, I have 3b times a minus 9 again. No plus or minus signs. So 3b times a, positive times negative stay negative, and I have 3b times 9. 3b times a simply becomes 3ab, right? And there 3b times 9 then becomes 27b. Sorry there, my software sometimes just decide to hook. Right, tough being a teacher. I love it. Right, next problem. Alright, so if we look here, distributive law, I have 3y squared in brackets, and bracket next to it, that also means multiplication. So that becomes 3y squared times y, 3y squared times negative, or positive times negative, negative 3y squared times 2y squared. So that becomes 3 times 1, which is 3, and there y, 2 plus 1. So that invisible 1. There negative 3 times 2 gives me 6, and I have y 2 plus 2. So my final answer, 3y to the power 3 minus 6y to the power 4. Alright. Look at this problem here. If you're liking and enjoying and understanding so far, please like my video, share and subscribe. The more you share, the more people I can help. Right? Objective is to help. Right? I want my country to get stronger and better, because I know a lot of you can do maths, and sometimes, yeah, we will not go into the politics of what prevents you from doing well in school. Alright? So negative times positive gives me negative 3xy squared times 12x squared. Negative times negative become positive. So 3 times 3xy squared times 4xy, and negative times positive would give me negative. And I have 3y squared times 2. 3 times 12, 36. X there is the invisible one, so I add my exponents when I multiply and the bases are the same. So 1 plus 2, y simply stays 2. 3 times 4 gives me 12. X 1 plus 1, y 2 plus 1. For the last one, 3 times 2, I assume you know is 6. Xy squared with a negative. So I have minus 36x cubed y squared, 12x squared y cubed minus 6y squared. So hope you follow, hope you understand. That is basically the distributive law. Right, and here in the last two, number 5, if we place signs and you see there's a negative and there's a positive, take note there's an invisible one in front of them. So solve this problem. Minus 2x, there is minus 2x, but negative times positive become negative x. Negative times negative become positive 2x squared. Alright, so 2x squared minus 2x minus x would give me minus 3x plus 2x. That must read squared. No? If we look at number 6, minus 3x plus. So if I multiply by a positive, the sign simply stays the same. Positive times x plus x, positive times negative, negative 3x squared. Minus 3x plus x gives me minus 2x, and that simply stays minus 3x squared. Alright, so hope you follow, hope you understand. My apologies for this error. You can just, when you read to it and you're practicing, write it as squared. It mustn't read 3, right? Okay. Wish you nothing but the best. Continue practicing, continue persevering, stay diligent. I'm proud of you. The fact that you have gotten this far and you're still practicing means you're going to continue practicing and you're going to do well. You're going to prove your doubters wrong.